it's almost a God-given thing now. I guess it's just like one of these scientifically proven facts that us Brits, we just make better movies. It doesn't matter the budget, we just make better movies. So let's get into this review of Bull. Hello everybody, I am back. My name is Kevin Halden. This is Nerdly Out Loud, the official channel of nerdly.co.uk, your favourite British home for all of your news, reviews and exclusive interviews. I like to cover everything from the big budget to the low budget to the no budget, with a special keen interest on the lower end of the scale. It's where my heart lives, it's where it lies, it's what I like to promote and get out to you guys and let you guys know about. And that's what we're doing today. Today I am back with a sort of more of a low budget independent review of a movie called Bull. This was a movie that I actually got sent a screener of a couple of months back, and I was desperate to watch and things got in the way, stuff and things happened, so I didn't see it at the time. And then when I did sit down to watch it, well, wouldn't you know it, there was a time lock on it, and I had run out of time, so I couldn't see it. So I did actually have to wait till this one came out, which is fine, I'm good with that. I like to promote and help the independents when that stuff comes out. But I was so happy to actually see this movie and know that, you know what, I was right. I'm always right, but I was right on this one. This is a great little flick. Film, as I said at the very start, the film is called Bull. It stars the wonderful Neil Maskell, who is criminally underrated in the whole British, the whole just movie scene in general, criminally underrated. And it's directed by Paul Andrew Williams, a director who we will talk about a little bit more. He has done other stuff that, you know what, I rate this guy. But first of all, before we get into the review, please do all of those wonderful things that every single YouTuber out there asks you to do. And that is to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ding the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm. Apparently it lets people know and it lets YouTube know that you like what we are doing. People need to know about us, otherwise how the hell are they going to find us? We've got some awesome content on the channel. We have reviews, we have interviews, and this week I dropped the episode 1 of the My GM for WWE 2K22 with my 11-year-old daughter. Surely a nerd who's pushing 40 and has been watching wrestling his whole life is going to be able to book the wrestling better than his 11-year-old daughter. It didn't start well. Like, I felt my draft was good, but she drafted really well, and well, yeah, she's beating me currently. So we will be back for more episodes of that. That was a lot of fun. Please do check those out as well. And please do keep an eye out over May. So in May, the 19th to the 24th or the 25th, it's like from Thursday to Thursday. In May, round about that time, I'm going to be dropping a ton of Romford content. I am going to be going down to the festival this year, which is going to be awesome. Going to be doing lots of on-site stuff, so you guys are going to get loads of that kind of thing. I am super excited for this. I've loved being part of the panel and I've loved being part of the judging, but now I get to go down there and do the other stuff that those guys do. I'm really super looking forward to that. I got lots of ideas, so we will be hitting the trail. Anyway, this is totally on a tangent. I'm going to cut straight into this review, and let's go and talk about the movie Bull. And as is always the way, I will do what I normally do. I follow my normal routine. I like to give you a rundown of the plot. I then like to talk about the cast and the characters. Once I've done that, I will talk about what I did and what I didn't like about this movie. And then I will give you my final rating, or what I think this movie deserves as a rating. It's not necessarily the rating of Nerdly as a whole, but it is my rating. Nerdly Out Loud, Kevin, I'm the most important person, you know, blah blah blah. I've said it. I say it in many different videos. So Bull is one of those stories that is told in two separate ways. We're doing the present and we're doing the flashbacks. So the present. In the present, Bull, played by Neil Maskell, who again, as I said at the start, is just criminally underrated. So he plays Bull, and he's come back to this town after what seems like a period of about 10 to 12 years, and he's come back with a bit of a mission. He's on a bit of a vengeance trail. He's going to right the wrongs of the people who wronged him and make it right, even though it's still wrong. It is alluded to why he's doing this, but we will find out as the movie goes on in the form of flashback. Normally flashbacks do my nutting, but I quite like this because the story itself in the present and in the past is super duper super duper compelling. So what we find out is that back in the day, Bull was kind of like an enforcer for a gangster style family. When you have a little bit of trouble that you want sorted out, you're probably going to send Bull in to do that work for you. However, he kind of gets entwined with the main gangster, the head of the family. He gets entwined with his daughter. They have a little bit of a relationship. However, the relationship is a little bit toxic. They do have a child. They have a son. A son that when the relationship does go sour and it does go south, Bull will not be giving up anytime soon. And that's when the conflict comes into play, because the daughter gets whatever she wants and the dad is going to make sure she gets whatever she wants. Stuff and things happen in the flashback. You don't really find out why until nearer the end of the movie, so I'm not going to be giving any spoilers. I'm trying to stay away from all of that. In the present day, he's just going around killing people with what seems like extreme prejudice. He does not care how he kills people. He does care who he's killing because he's got a very particular list, and that is what he's going for. So I want to move into the cast and the crew because I don't really want to spend too much time on the plot. So normally when I come to my cast and crew, I do tend to start with my cast, and then I'll drop in a little bit about the director, and I'll go into sort of the music and stuff like that, cinematography and everything like that. I just want to tell you that the music is fantastic in this movie. The cinematography is gorgeous in this movie. When we really embrace some of the grey, gritty, beautiful, that's a bit of an oxymoron, gritty beautiful, but when we do embrace that gritty beauty, we do it better than anyone else. And cinematography wise, this movie just smashes. It looks great, it is great, and it feels great. And then you got the score there, and then you got everybody putting in just great performances. But I do want to talk about Paul Andrew Williams, the director and the writer of this movie. He has done a fantastic little job with this film, and I truly hope, because he has had success before, and we'll talk about that in a second. He has had success before, but I'm kind of hoping Bull is the movie that pushes it and just elevates and just lets people know that this is a guy that we should be watching. We should be giving him everything. Yes, he's done a lot of TV. Yes, he's done a lot of different projects, but I want to see him tackling big British movies. Big British movies. Bull is going to have a success. Of course it is. I feel like it's going to be a cult kind of thing. People are really going to vibe on it, and they're going to love it when they see it. We have to get them to see it, is the thing. So those are the movies that I talked about a little bit there. So The Cottage, remember The Cottage? I loved that movie. It was a great little movie with Andy Serkis and Jennifer Ellison. Like, I genuinely think that's a great flick, and if you haven't seen it, go back, watch it, revisit it if you have seen it. It's fantastic. Cherry Tree Lane is another movie that he made that I just adored. Again, sort of underground cult success that people know, and you will talk to most British people who are into their British movies, and they know these movies, but you just need to push them a bit further, is what I'm trying to say. London to Brighton is another one that he made that he makes good movies. What can you say about Neil Maskell? Funny thing is, like, back in the day when he made that Danny Dyer movie, The Football Factory, that, you know, undeniably, if you were my age, if you're my age now, and then you were that age when Football Factory came out, like, it was sort of like my mid to late teens, like, Football Factory was of the moment. It was a fantastic movie, but quite genuinely, Neil Maskell's so good in that flick, and he just gets so overlooked because he's not doing a great deal, but he is the one that you want to see going forward, and sort of that character that just kind of like makes you think, what is this guy doing off camera? Let's visit this guy. But anyway, so he's been toiling away for some years in the acting game, and yes, he's done a bunch of stuff. Euphoria, the TV show Euphoria, absolutely magnificent. Do not watch the American version. It's okay, but it's not the UK version. So let's just not go there. But I do genuinely think Neil Maskell is one of these guys that, given a role to do something, to elevate, to push, to really show his chops, that's what he's done here with Bull. Because make no mistake, it's the Neil Maskell show. He is truly wiping the floor with just about everybody in this movie. I think he gives a great performance, a nuanced performance, and when you get to the end and you figure out what's been going on, you realize how nuanced his performance is. There are moments in this movie, little ticks that once you know and you think back, you know. Neil Maskell did a great job. I truly do believe he is brilliant in this film. Yeah, David Heyman. Like, this is a British actor who has a list of credits as long as my... It's long. It's very long. If you don't know who David Heyman is, you haven't actually seen British movies in the last, 15 to 20, 30 years. He is awesome. And in this movie, he really gets to flex a little bit more of that muscle. Kind of getting scenes that you know there was very little on the page, because there is scenes in this movie where it probably seems like there's little on the page, but that's when it comes to the actors and the director to do their job and to push that and let us know that this is what's going on. And David Heyman, for me, is this quiet, foreboding sort of dickbag in the movie. That's kind of the best way I can describe him. I feel like that's one of my favorite phrases, like just to call someone a dickbag. Kind of is a dickbag. Really do feel like this guy has got it coming. Whatever is coming, he's got it coming. And that, to me, you have done your job, Mr. David Heyman. So thank you. So moving into what I did and what I didn't like about this movie. First of all, again, I'm going to shout out the music by, I believe it's Rafferty. I probably not saying that right, but I believe that that's who it was. His score for Bull really is a nice, like, it's not too in your face, but it kind of is a little bit when it needs to be, and it sort of brings out the craziness of certain scenes. Like, there are certain scenes that you kind of look at and you think, really? This is what we're doing? But then you get the score, you get the acting, you get a little bit of everything, the cinematography bouncing back and forward, nice quick edits, and it all kind of makes sense, and it takes away the lunacy of the scene. It's still mental, but it takes it down a notch, and I love the way the score does that. So Rafferty, I give you a big shout out on that. I'm not that fussed about movies that are set in fairgrounds. Like, we've done it, we've seen it, and to be honest, Grease did it the best they ever will. What? However, there is a scene in this movie, a couple of scenes in this movie, where we are at a fairground, and there is a line of dialogue that basically is, let's go on the waltzers. But what happens within that scene, the score, the acting, the cinematography, the quick edits, it's perfect. It really is brilliant. So I have to hold my hands up and say, I was wrong on that one. I'm wrong on very little, but I was wrong on that one. So something that's like a little bit of a 50-50, something I did like and something I didn't like, is kind of the ending of the movie, the final parts of the movie. And I'm only talking about maybe the last 5 to 10 minutes of this film. It's a great movie up until then. It's raw, it's real, it's visceral, it's got all those things that I love about British movies. Wonderful performances, wonderful storyline, just looks excellent, sounds great. Everything I love about a British movie, especially an independent British movie. But then that last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, when you kind of go through to the end and you realize what's going on and why things are happening, I don't know. It's not that it's ham-fisted or that it's janky or anything like that. It just kind of made me sit there and think, I don't know how I feel about this. But maybe, again, that is one of the great things about movies like this. Like, how are you supposed to feel when you get to that moment in the movie? How are you meant to deal with it? How does it make you think about the rest of the movie? What does it make you do? And here I am, 2 to 3 days later, still thinking about the ending. So although it is a little bit of a nitpick and it made me kind of come out of it a little bit, I guess it kind of did its job. So I don't really know what I'm complaining about. Like I say, it's not a complaint. It's just I wasn't overly enamored with the final 5 minutes, but you do get some wonderful shots in that final 5 minutes, so I'm bloody conflicted. Let's just move into the final rating. For me, this is easily one of the best British movies I have seen this year. It's definitely up there in my top 5, maybe top 3. It's just got everything. It's got everything that I love about a film like this. It makes you think, it keeps you thinking right till the end. A couple of days later, you're still thinking about it. It's brutal when it needs to be brutal, but not too brutal, if you know what I mean. And then sometimes it is too brutal when it needs to be too brutal, but it's still... I want you to see it. I want you to watch it. I personally, I'm going to drop a 4.5 on this movie. It doesn't quite hit the dizzying heights of a 5 for the reasons that I said and what I didn't like. Like, there was just that last 5 minutes that, although I do enjoy it, it tears me back a little bit, and it just makes me sit back and think, I don't know how I feel, but I do think everybody needs to check this film out. I think people need to see it. I think people need to be checking out Paul Andrew Williams and keep going forward and check out this guy's career. Neil Maskell, just keep doing stuff like this. If you pick your projects well, which I think you have been doing, more of this, a little bit different stuff as well. Let's get some different stuff. We don't need all of the same of this. You don't want to be Liam Neeson anytime soon. But there are projects out there that you will smash. You will absolutely smash. Just like you've smashed this one. I love this film. It's a great movie. 4.5. Please check it out. It's on Amazon. It's on all those good sites here. You can get it on the streaming and everything like that. Please do check out Bull. I don't think you'll regret this one. I really don't. So with that, I'm going to go, but please do all those amazing, amazing things and hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ding that notification bell. Help us out on the algorithm. Please do tell all of your friends that we are coming back. We've got loads of things to do. Reviews, interviews, going down to the festival soon. We've got the WWE thing with my daughter, which is pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that. It was nice to get her involved in something like that. And yeah, so I'm going to go because I'm just rambling now. Check out Bull, Paul Andrew Williams. Check out Neil Maskell, follow all these guys, follow this movie, promote this movie, tell all your friends about this movie. Let's get it out there. I'm going. See you next time.